we are back with DJ Legal. We had to, allow some messages from our sponsors.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, it's been 27 years since the assassination of Tupac. I heard there's new development. Somebody got arrested in Compton.
Yes, Keefe D. Keefe D. The old man that won't stop running his mouth on the internet, Keefe D. Keefe D went on a spill on the internet not too long ago on DJ Vlad. And was just running his mouth trying to sell a book that he had out, right? Trying to sell his autobiography. And he made some very incriminating statements in that book. He said that he passed the gun to the back seat, and they stuck it out the window and they shot into Tupac's car. The idiot did not know that he was implicating himself in a murder. He would have been better off saying that he was just in the car for the ride. He was in the passenger seat.
Who?
Keefe D.
Oh.
He would have been better off saying that one of the guys was driving, he was in the passenger seat, and the driver passed the gun to the back seat, because all three of them, it was 4 people in the car. 3 of them are dead and he's the only one that's living. So like Benjamin Franklin said, only way that 3 people can keep a secret is 2 of them is dead. This nigga got on the internet and started running his mouth, his fat, old, stinking, snagger-toothed mouth, talking about what happened 27 years ago.
There's no statute of limitations in murder, I guess.
There's no statute of limitations on murder, and this is the thing. He tried to implicate Puff Daddy on it. So he's like in a whole shit show. And it kind of goes like, like that story, that story goes like, that story is like, it's more mythical than anything. I don't even think the police believe him. I just think that, they just snatched up somebody for publicity. But the way that he said it was, he was there and he passed the gun to the back seat, and his nephew, Orlando Anderson, which is the one that everybody knows killed Tupac, shot Suge Knight and Tupac, and that was in 1994 or 5, I believe. So Keefe D, they're just gonna sit him up for a little while, hope that he get old, crippling, crazy, and pass away while he's in prison or something. But you got all of these old niggas, all of these fat mouths, all of these old niggas out here fat mouthing it. They running around telling stories on the internet. Shit that really shouldn't even be spoken on. So it's just more to say we're living in an era right now where, people just chase clout over dollars, and I would just like to say, man, death to the clout chaser.
Yes, I mean, I don't know. It's
death of the clout chaser. Like this year right here, 2024, man, let this be the death of the clout chasers. Because we gotta start turning this shit into dollars, man. Just like I tell all these YouTubers out here, and all these Instagrammers and all these Facebook people, if you could get somebody to like your picture, you could get them to donate to your channel. It's just a bunch of watchers and it's a bunch of lookers. And, it just goes like that. So Keefe D put himself in his own foot, and I think that old nigga gonna die in jet, cause he looking real bad. He looking old, flabby, and sick. He looking like Larry Holmes.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of rumors, right, with the children. He was also in Chicago. I heard that there was a lot of people got shot over the weekend. 53 people.
Yeah, 53 people and 11 murders. Wow, yeah, man, 53 people were shot in Chicago and 11 people killed. Chicago has always been like the gang capital. It's like a very black young city with no leaders, no structure. The young boys is just running wild, and that's the case in every city right now. You know, it's more in the younger generation right now, and you know, the old niggas is scared to come outside and tell these young niggas that they doing something wrong or to stop doing that. You know, when I was coming up, you know, you couldn't get away with half of this shit, and it really wasn't tolerated. So, you know, I blame it on the streets. You know, it's a bunch of things going on the streets that shouldn't be permitted. You know, you got Arab stores out here selling marijuana on blocks that people died for. You know, blocks that people went to jail for. You know, corners that was respected. And the streets need to take themselves back, man, because it's really going to shit. And it's like these young kids, you know, the old niggas are scared of these young niggas, you know, so it's really like Chicago is just a big gang capital. And I think a lot of that has to do with the FBG Duck situation, with a lot of the fallen rappers that a lot of that is just tied up into retaliation. You know, this one kill this one kill that one. They grow up and get older, they beef over some shit that they don't even know about. So I don't think it's never going to stop in Chicago until until the old niggas come back outside and they tell the young boys, y'all got to clean these streets up. And first of all, it ain't no money in the streets anyway. So there's no structure. You know, like, people don't really care what's going on because they're not really profiting in the neighborhood. So most of these people are just old, they working, they washed up, and, you know, they scared to come back outside.
I don't know, but some people, they doubted that because there's no footage and there's no... I mean, they got all these cameras and they can never catch the people who did it. With all those cameras?
You know, like Sammy the Bull said, you can kill a person in 2024 and get away with it, but it's very likely. It's very unlikely, you know, with the cameras, the cell phones, the social media, everything that these kids do, they put it on the internet, they put it in a rap song. You know, they smoking this person, they smoking that person, you know, they doing this and they doing that, man. This shit is just crazy. You know, like, and it's a lot of other stuff I want to touch on, but you know, it's just, this is like, you know, I'm not here to really
I mean, it's a big business.
It's a big business. But you know, like, what I learned is, like, you know, a lot of those people that go on these interviews and go on Vlad and all these things, you know, they get personal and they start trying to tell their life story. And if you in the streets, keep it, you know, you an entertainer, keep it entertainer. You know, so I don't know, these rappers, it's just a whole new generation, and I just try not to get twisted up in it. You know, I'm just an actor, you know, producer of music, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes that's not even enough in this day and age. You know, because sometimes they put people who don't even got any talent and then just set them up. You know, there's
that
no
goes to say about a lot of the stars. It's a lot of the stars in Hollywood that you wonder how the hell did they get there. It's a lot of rappers in the industry, you wonder how did they get there. You know, but the way that goes is what you're bringing to the table. You know, like I told my young boy, right? I said, yo, I don't like the kind of music that you make, but it's very lucrative. You know, like, I got a young artist, he makes this drill music and shit, and I'm not really into the drill music, you know, I'm more into that 90s. You know, like, my rappers that I kind of listen to right now, it's like Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher, Future, Drake, Lil Uzi, Rock Marcy, Stove God. I'm still bumping a lot of that 90s stuff. It's a few new artists that I like. You know, I like Blue Bucks Clan. I like Drakeo the Ruler, Ralphie the Plug. You know, it's a few artists. You know, I like Fabio Foreign.
But even Kanye said that he sold his soul to the devil.
DMX said, I sold my soul to the devil and the price was cheap. But the thing
Wow.
about that is, right, in this industry,
It's not metaphor no more. It's for real. I used to think that was just like, this is a poetic license or, But no. Now they're saying it's real. And look what happened to his own mother.
they got this new artist that came out the Bronx, right? This nigga name is D-Thing. D-Thing, right? This D-Thing artist. I seen French Montana. He just came home from jail. So I see French Montana and all them. They put the chains on him. Then the clown Luca Brasi put the chain on him, gave him some money. And I heard after the video, they took the chains back and took the money back. So it's like, all of this shit is just a facade. It's all for clout. Everybody is chasing one thing.
They don't even want to live in the real life. They want to live in this character, So, but how about Pop Smoke? Is it true his killer got out?
Well, Pop Smoke killers was only adolescents at the time when they committed the murder. I think one of them was about 15. So he was eligible to get out as soon as he turned 18. So that means that he was only going to do 3 years for a homicide.
Wow.
A few of the older ones that was on the case, I believe they got more time. But the youngest person that was on the Pop Smoke killing on the case, actually, he was only 14. And it's the same thing with the PNB Rock thing. PNB Rock was not recently, but he was killed in Waffle House in California, whatever. And his killers might not get a lot of time. The only person that's really going to get the time is the father. But the younger kids, like I said, the young kids are outside. And in their mind state is, right, if they commit a murder, they're going to get 10, 15 years. They'll still be out of jail when they turn 25. They still come home when they're 30 years old, so their whole life is still ahead of them. And they got a murder. So they chasing that clout. Look at most of these rappers that you hear. Oh, I had a murder case. Oh, I beat a murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they all saying. Because death for the clout chasing. Death to all of the clout chasers.
Well, but Nipsey's murder just got 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big difference.
Eric Holder, he was on Shitty Cuz. That's what they call him, Shitty Cuz. That thing is a controversial thing, me being from the street, respecting Nipsey Hussle's family, my condolences, but I'm gonna keep it all the way, I'm gonna keep it a brick. Right? Let me drink some water on this one.
Yeah, 60 years.
Nipsey Hussle's killer, Eric Holder, right?
Yeah, the guy here.
How do you think the footage was leaked? How do you think that they knew who he was? Now, Nipsey Hussle owned this whole complex. His family owned this whole complex, right? Which means that they provided those video footage to the police. That is going against the grain. That is going against the street rules, right? Because, they say, oh, no rats and no this, that, and this, that, and the third. Listen, man. They killed your homie. You supposed to go kill their homies. Nipsey Hussle killer got caught because his family provided evidence, and that's why he's in jail. So, to me, it's controversial. To everybody else, hey, he got the time. Nipsey Hussle was loved. Nipsey Hussle was loved. But
So he was not underage at the time.
I really wasn't a big fan. I really wasn't a big fan of Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle had a song called "Proud of That." I'm proud of that, featuring Rick Ross. That was probably like one of my favorite songs by him. But yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of Nipsey Hussle's music. I more liked it his mindset. I liked it his hustle. His music as far as that. Like I like Nipsey Hussle more as like a philosopher. He was a very good philosopher, a very good person who spoke very well, and he was a good lecturer.
Is it true his wife sold everything?
Well, in that case, what do you expect? what do you expect, man? And it's so sad because, you know, that was a black man who owned his own complex in all of the stores, right? And then just so happens, he lost it all. You know, his family, like, you know, that's bad. You know, it's fucked up. It's fucked up because that man worked for all of that, right? And as soon as he died, everybody started grabbing and trying to get what they wanted to get, including Big U, you know, including his friends and everybody, man. So, what I learned in this shit is you can have heaven on earth. Heaven is on earth, man. You know, heaven is on earth. You know, you're gonna have heaven on earth. All of that other shit, I don't know about that. You know, but heaven on earth, man. You gotta be peaceful. You gotta be joyful, grateful. You gotta appreciate the things that you got. You know, like I ain't really trying. You know, man. Like I said, I'm trying to be professional. I ain't really trying. You know, go too deep or put my street appeal on things, man. This is Street Buzz News, and we here with DJ Ligo. Any more questions?
That was it. So far.
And the P Diddy thing. The P Diddy thing, I had to double down on this Puff Daddy shit is because
is he gay?
You know, everybody saying Puff Daddy was fucking around, and I don't really know. You know, I don't really know, man. It's a lot going on with Puff Daddy, and that's why I say, right? Puff Daddy is going through all of this, and I think it's a lot of mad and sad people out there. All the niggas just talking against him, that was his friends. I don't mean his bitch. You know, Cassie has all of the right to state her claim if she was abused, raped, fondled, hoed out, and all that shit. But his friends to go against him, that's what bothers me. You know, my name's Jet Blue, right? And I would never go against my niggas. You know, if I was cool with you before, if I bigged you up or I held you down or we got money together, I can never talk bad about you when we not cool, because how that make me look? You know, I'm a gangster, right? So I don't respect niggas who stop fucking with niggas who they said that they had a ball with and they was they dogs and all that shit, and then you just start talking bad about them. Like, you know, like all of them niggas that's saying that they was with him and he was having gay parties, nigga, you was participating. You think a nigga like Diddy that come for money, man, gonna let a nigga just squabble away without getting his hands dirty too? Where they do that at? You know, so all of them niggas just like, oh, Diddy was at gay parties, oh, Diddy was putting shit in the bottles, oh, Diddy was doing this and all that, right? Them niggas was participating and they mad now because they broke. That's why they talking shit about them. They mad because they working regular jobs and Diddy still popping champagne and fucking hoes and clowning them niggas.
They was children at the time.
So with all of them niggas, the Gene Deals, the Mark Currys, and all of them weird ass niggas, you don't hear Stevie J saying nothing. You don't hear Derek Angeletti saying nothing bad about Diddy. You don't hear Derek Angeletti saying nothing bad about Diddy. You don't hear Stevie J saying nothing bad about Diddy. You hear all of these other motherfuckers that look like they working regular jobs now. Gene Dill is a motherfucking clown. Nigga ain't never heard of you in Harlem, nigga. Who the fuck is you, Gene Dill? So all these niggas coming on the internet because they decided a way that they can diversify their portfolio. These niggas is trying to sell books. These niggas is selling all types of shit. Every time you see a nigga, they selling something. You know what I'm saying? These niggas like, you know, I don't fuck with Diddy. So this ain't like like I need a favor or nothing like that or anything like that. But you know, like I say, Cassie has all of the right to tell her story. You know, she's a female, man. She look like, you know, she was raised in a barn. Like, she looked like a sheltered girl, like a, you know what I mean? So Diddy probably did turn the bitch out.